Welcome to Chaotic Crochet Chatter. My name is Jenny. I live in North Yorkshire in the UK with my husband and my son, and this is my little corner of the internet where I talk to you all about my recent projects, my future projects, my hand spinning of yarn, and anything else that I've been up to in the last few weeks. I hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my very last video of 2025. It is 4 p.m. on New Year's Eve as we speak, 31st of December. Yeah, I've had a really lovely Christmas, really lovely birthday, lots of just lazy days, lots of family time, lots of presents. Yeah, it's been really fun, and I hope you've had a great time too. And I just wanted to check in and do a slightly different video from my usual podcasts and everything. I think I did this last year as well, and if not, I did the year before. I'm going to take you through pretty much all of my WIPs today. I'm not going to rush it, but I will have to stop in about an hour, so hopefully I won't take too long. I am sure I've mentioned many times in the past that I have a huge pile of hibernating works in progress, and the pile keeps growing, basically. I'm always starting new projects and not finishing the ones that are on the go for various reasons. Sometimes it's a legitimate, this is a long-term thing and I'll come back to it. Sometimes I get bored. Sometimes the project is no longer relevant. Sometimes I'm not sure what I want to do with it. There are loads of different reasons why I don't finish. But and I know I'm not the only person who does this, let me know if you are the same, but I am terrible for just dumping things in a corner and going, I'll come back to that later, and then never looking at it again. And I figure at the end of the calendar year is a good time to just go through all those bags and boxes and go, right, this I want to finish, this wants frogging, don't even know what this is, let's put the yarn away. Because there's probably going to be a couple of those. So I thought I'd share it with you. The only projects I'm not going to look at today are my current works in progress that I know for certain already that I'm going to keep working on. So for those, I have got, these should have all been mentioned in more detail in my last podcast episode. Kelvin's blanket that I'm working on, which he has now seen and is very happy with the beginnings of. I've got a lot more work to do, so that's staying, that's downstairs. There's a pair of socks on the go that I will definitely continue, and there is my big Magical Worlds blanket, which is nearing the end. I've got a bit more to do still, excuse me. And I have finally started the sweater, top, jumper, whatever we're calling it, that I'm making for myself. Might have mentioned that last time, I can't remember, but I will definitely talk about it in my next podcast in a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. So I'm not going to talk about those today because I know I'm carrying on with those, so there's no need. Everything else that has been started and not finished, unless I've put something somewhere else out of the way and forgotten about it, which is entirely possible. Everything else that was in those cubby holes over there, I'm going to go through in no particular order. I've just got a massive pile of bags and boxes down here, and I'm just going to go through one by one and make a decision as to what to do with them. I have got a bit of a cough, literally just as I came upstairs this afternoon, suddenly started coughing, so I will try and cut all of that out for you because you don't want to hear that. But yeah, otherwise I'm just going to dive in. I don't think there's anything else I really need to mention. No, if there is, I'll tell you later. So let's grab the first one and go. Now, if there's any interesting project bags, I'll tell you about those as well. Oh, and everything, words, creators, designers, small businesses, etc. will be mentioned in the description. It's very possible that I won't remember pattern names and designer names as I'm talking, depending on whether I've got decent notes in these bags. So when I'm editing, either I'll put the details up on the screen for you, or they'll be in the description. Either way. This is not an especially interesting bag, but it's quite pretty. It's just a tote bag. I think I bought this in Primark decades ago, probably. I've had it a long, long time. But it's got butterflies on and it's pretty. There's a notebook in there, that's a good start. And this is something, oh, I know what this is. This is something big, which has been on the go for a long time, and I will definitely come back to it. There's some more yarn in there too. I believe, I will check the details in a minute. I'm just going to quickly pause actually and move my keyboard out of the way because I don't need it. Sorry, I just thought I'd better do that while I was thinking about it, otherwise I wouldn't, and then I'd end up knocking it and turning the sound off by accident or something stupid like that. So that's done. Right, this is, I think, yes it is, the Sacred Space blanket that I've been working on. And which way around? Oh, it's huge. I must be a lot nearer done than I thought I was with this. I'll say huge. It's not really blanket sized yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Big enough to be difficult to show you. It's a big mandala, basically. I believe the pattern was originally released as a crochet along, but that was a long, long time ago, and so I'm just coming to it as it is. And yeah, it starts off circular. You can't even see the middle, look, that's how big it is. There we go, there's the middle. Starts off circular, and I think I'm in the process of squaring it off now, if I remember rightly from the last time I worked on it. And it is so very pretty. And this is definitely going to be finished. For one, look how much work I have put into this. I'm not abandoning this now. Yeah, it's taken a long, long time. It's now at the stage where the rounds are huge. So each one takes a long time. Oh, I remember these bits. I don't know how clearly you can see that. But all of this in the corners was an absolute nightmare. Because it's all US treble crochets. It might even be double trebles. And those really tall stitches do my head in. I never feel like I'm doing them very well. They always feel a bit messy. So yeah, that was a pain. But it's worked out well. It's looking nice now. This has been done using 2 cakes. Yes, it must be looking at it. Of Escape Your Swirl. I can't remember the colourway name off the top of my head. And now I think I'm on to the complementary Whirlette yarn that goes with those whirl cakes. The first cake of the whirl was bought for me by my friend Fee 3-4 Christmases ago, maybe longer. A long time. I've had it a while, and it took me a while to decide what to do with it. I did try and make a dress with it, and that didn't go well, so I frogged all that. Got in a mess, got in a tangle, managed to untangle it, saved the yarn, bought more, and started making this. Is there anything else interesting to tell you about that one? I'm not sure there will be, to be honest. When did I start it? Oh, I don't even know. Possibly 2022. Ooh, okay. Not sure for certain. Possibly started in 2022. I finished round 68 in February 24. The last time I worked on this was in 2024, in June. Wow. That's a long time ago. Oh, the whirl, the colourway name is Dark Grape Squish. And then the whirler is called Plum. And I have now finished round 101, which is from part 8. I think there are 9 parts to it, off the top of my head. But I'm not sure. I'll find out when I come back to it. So yes, that is staying. That is definitely staying in the WIP pile. I can go back in the corner. I go back on my spinny wheel that I occasionally pull out in my podcasts, and yeah, I'll get back to it at some point. There's no urgency on it, it's just for me. But I want it to be I'm going to say lightweight. It's actually quite heavy because it's 100% cotton. Might be cotton acrylic blend. There's a lot of cotton in it anyway, so it is quite heavy. Where was it going? Oh, but a cool blanket for the summer, because I like to have a blanket. Yeah, even in summer I like to have a blanket, but obviously it's too warm for a wool one or anything like that. So, nice cottony one. Should be good, just a bit of weight on my legs. Right, here we have got 2 drawstring bags. I do not at all remember the pattern name for this. I know it's from a Crochet Society box. Again, probably a few years ago now. And the original is a bag that I actually use, like not every day, but I use it quite frequently. This one I've made a handle for, or strap. The other one I have not. I think that's a Karen Cakes yarn. Off the top of my head, I've got no idea what that is. It could be Stylecraft, it could be something else entirely. I don't know. I think those 2 bags are waiting for me to decide whether I want to properly finish them off and use them or not. This one's a good size and does have a strap. Do I want to use it? I think I was originally making them to sell, but my whole attitude to crochet has changed over the last year. You may remember, if you've been around long enough, that I used to crochet things deliberately to sell. That was the main aim of my business, was selling crocheted things. And then summertime, I had a bit of an epiphany and realised I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and that I need to be able to enjoy crochet. It is a hobby first and foremost. And so I've stopped, for the most part, selling crocheted things now. Apart from, you know, the occasional bit here and there. So I think this was originally to sell. Whether I still will or not, I don't know. I think I might just keep it for myself, actually. It's a good bag. The question is whether I want to line it. I think I will. I think I'm going to put that to one side, because I want to start making fabric project bags this year as products to sell. It's something that's been on the cards for a while now. I'm going to do it this year. It's in my goals for 2026. I'm going to do it. So I think I will make this a candidate for a practice lining. It's a fairly easy shape. It's got a circular bottom, and then it's just a tube. So that should be relatively easy. And yeah, sew a little lining into that, and then I'll have a really functional bag to use. I might change the strap, just because that is really stretchy, which is no good for me. And also it's not adjustable, which is also no good for me. So yeah, stop dithering. Right, that's a to line. I'm going to do a fabric lining and finish it off, and I can use it. This one I'm going to call finished, I think. Kelvin and Ned, my husband and my son, respectively, are looking for another little drawstring bag, actually, to put Nerf darts in. Obviously, Ned has been given 2 new Nerf blasters for Christmas. No, he bought one himself before Christmas, and he got another one from Kelvin for Christmas. And of course, there are now more Nerf darts than there were already in the house. And they need some storage, so I will see if that's any good to them, and if not, I'll just keep it as a little trinket bag for myself, so that can go in a different pile as that's done. It's no longer in the WIP pile. This is good. Let's see if I can find something else to take out. Oh, this is a nice bag. This is from Crafty Clegg Creations, Jeanette. She makes and sells project bags, obviously. I suppose not obviously, but she has an Etsy shop, which I will link. And this was a limited fabric that she had a while ago, and I jumped at it. I went, that's mine, I want it. What is in here? That's the question. Oh, I know what's in here. So, yeah, there's the bag. There's the inside. It's just a plain lining for this one. And just a little simple drawstring bag, but it's beautifully made. I love the fabric. And it's nice and squishy. And you can fit more in there than you think. So in here, how long ago was it that I made this now? Is it 2024? Possibly even 23. I made Kelvin essentially a toy hippo. There's more to it than that. It was based on a Dungeons and Dragons character from a campaign we were playing at the time. He is called Joseph. He is French. That is a terrible accent, I'm sorry. He was very cool. And he needed a chair to sit on, because otherwise he was just sort of on Kelvin's chest of drawers. So I set about trying to make him a chair. I have since abandoned that and bought him a doll's chair, which was that for Kelvin's birthday this year, back in May? It was either May this year or it was last Christmas. So this is a project that no longer needs completing. So this is another one out of the WIP pile. I can frog the pieces that I have made, pop those into a scrap yarn pile, put the rest of this yarn back into stash, or into scrap, either way. And yeah, one less project to worry about. This is, I'm making progress. This is great. 2 down. It also means I can reclaim this notebook, which is good because I keep running out of them. So that, I'm just going to pop all that over there to frog and sort it back out afterwards. There's no pattern either. I think I did find a pattern for a crochet chair, and then I ended up not using it, and I can't remember why. Because it was one I paid for, I think, as well. So, I don't know, the things I do. Right, this bag tells you where it's from. It's a Yarndale bag. This is from the first time that I went to Yarndale. So far, the only time I've been to Yarndale, which would have been, wasn't this year, it would be September 2024 that I went. And in here, oh, this is a scrappy project. This is a pouch that I made myself from the Dragon Scales pattern by Sixel Design. It's not particularly well done, but it's a lovely pattern. Oh, and that is a stitch marker. Hopefully you can see a little cat stitch marker. Bought from Dina's Home of Crafts. House of Crafts? Home of Crafts? Possibly at Yarndale. I might be wrong, but it's definitely from Dina's House of Crafts. I'm not going to get this all out because it's a huge mess. Not a huge mess, but it's huge, and I'll never get it back in the bag. This is my corner to corner granny stitch scrappy blanket. Just using all my leftover acrylic yarn, bits left over from projects. There's all kinds in here, all kinds of different colours, different weights, different brands, literally just whatever I've got left. I think this is fairly close to completion from memory. No idea how long it's been on the go. I didn't write down a start date or anything. I think I started it before I started keeping a proper record of when I start projects. How many times did I say start then? That was far too many. But yeah, I think that's nearly done. So, got my Magical Worlds blanket on the go at the moment. When I finish that, I shall get this out, I think. And then I can get it finished off, which would be nice. I think my intention, I haven't quite decided. I think my intention for 2026 is that I'm always going to have a few certain projects on the go. So I'll always have a blanket, because blankets are great. Who doesn't love a blanket? That will often be a scrappy blanket, but otherwise might be like the Sacred Space one I showed you, something like that. I'll always have a pair of socks on the go. And then I'll always have at least one like complicated project, something where if I want an evening where I am crocheting with purpose, that will be what I work on. That will probably change in a couple of weeks when I go, oh, but I want to make this, and I want to make this, and I want to make this. We'll see. We'll see how we go. But that one's definitely staying anyway. What else have I got down here? That's a bag of presents. That's not relevant at the moment. Oh, another cool bag. I think I've shown you this one before. This is one that Kelvin bought me last Christmas/birthday, I think, from a seller on Etsy. I will see if I can track them down for you. All of the products that they sell are based on well-known works of art, but with cats instead of whatever the original artwork is. That's The Scream by the artist whose name I cannot currently remember, but you're probably shouting it at me because everybody knows it. No, it's gone, but if I remember I'll put it up. Yeah, that's The Scream, but with a cat instead of a person. Oh, and this has got a notebook and a pattern. Ah, this is my granny, Hexy Granny Cardy. Yeah, pattern by Folkestone Harbour Yarn, which I got for free in the podcaster pack, I think, when I went to East Anglia Yarn Festival back in March. This is the second Hexy Cardy I've worked on since then. I think the other one, is the other one in here? You'll have seen it anyway. I made a like cropped black and white one. And then this is the long line one that I was going to make for the summer just gone. I started working on with the intention of making it for the summer just gone. And then just didn't get around to finishing it and got a bit meh about it. I have one completed hexagon, which never looks like a hexagon when you hold it up. Let's see if I can fold it in half properly. And get it looking, no, that's not right, is it? Like that. And like that, there we go, that's one sleeve and the start of the body. And then I'm almost at the same point with the other half. So then I need to join them together. and then it'll be a case of adding length. Probably not much to the sleeves, actually, looking at that, because this is summer, my words, summer hexicardie. And the sleeves, where's the armpit? Yeah, the sleeves are already sort of 3/4 length, which will be absolutely fine. So I'll probably just add a bit of edging to those. Like, I want to add quite a lot of length to it. I want this to be a really long, flowy, like, cover-up, essentially. For those horrible hot summer days where you don't want to be wearing anything heavy. But, you know, I hate, for example, my arms. Do not like having them out. So, yeah, having a nice, lightweight, cottony, lacy, cover-uppy kind of thing will be lovely. Oh, and this is gorgeous yarn. This is the Cotton Kings from Hobie. Sultan Deluxe Shine. I don't know how well you can see that. I think they still do this particular yarn. I might be wrong, though. And this is in the colourway 28, which is called Black Orlov. And you can see it starts this really lovely pale grey in the middle, all the way out to deep, deep black on the outside. It's got sparkle in it. So it's going to be gorgeous. That's another definite to be finished. And I think it's at a point now where I got a bit bored with it, because again, it's the same stitch over and over again, and the rounds get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that I just get worn out with that after a while. But it's now at a stage, I think, where it only needs another round or two on the second hexie, and then it will be the home stretch. It'll be joining, adding length, and that'll be it. Oh, edging. So hopefully once I get back to it, it'll go back on the list and I'll get back to it at some point. Hopefully I can finish that fairly quickly, and then I can wear it this summer. Because, you know, there'll probably be lots of horribly hot, humid weather this summer, like there has been the past few. Too hot for me anyway. I'm not a summer person. This is my time of year right now. So yeah, that's another one to finish. This was a free tote bag that Kelvin got given with something. It's a McDonald's one. Yeah. It's tacky and awful, but it's a useful bag, so I'm using it. This feels big. Oh no, this is to Frog, I think. I think this is the... Yes, this was the first attempt at making a like cat cave thing for Ned's teddies, and it just wasn't going very well. It doesn't stay up. That's super floppy. It doesn't hold its shape at all. It's lovely yarn. It's the ribbon yarn from Hobby. But yeah, that wants to be frogged. That's nice and easy. That's another to frog. Put that yarn back into stash and use it for something else. The pattern, again, it's a lovely pattern, and I think with different yarn it'd work really, really well. It is a paid one, I think. It's the Calabash House pattern by Dasher House on Etsy. I will of course link it for you, and I'll find a picture of what it's supposed to look like and put it up as well, because it looks really cool. I may make it at some point just for the hell of it, because it does look fun. But that can go over there to be frogged. It's a job for later. Sorry, it wobbled the camera. Don't know where I got this pouch, but it's quite cool. It's purple and dotty. I don't think it was a indie maker or anything, but it might have been. Can't remember. And I do not know what is in here. Ah, the beginnings of a mandala. Beginnings of 2 mandalas. Possibly a finished mandala. No, that's attached to something. This is when, again, going back to selling crocheted things, which I've stopped doing. Oh, and some Christmas tree ornament hooks. How lovely. Yeah, when I was making things to sell, this is within my little patch of making mandala cushion covers. So I'd make a mandala and then sell it onto a cushion cover. I did complete one, and I will have shared it with you. This, I think, is a pattern from Grace Ferron. I've got it written down. Hold on a moment. Oh, and it's hobby yarn again. Hobby, however you say it. Yeah, it's the Elikapeka, I don't know, cushion. By Grace Ferron, and oh no, the yarn is Drops Saffron, actually. Drops Saffron in dark heather. That one. Lovely colour. It's lovely yarn to work with as well. What was the other one? The other one in here is the Swirling Stars pattern, which is, oh no, it's not. That's not what the pattern's called at all. It's what I call it. It's a beaded crochet dreamcatcher by the Chili Dog, which I think again is from a Words from a Crochet Society box from a long time ago. I made a big one of these and had it on my wall for a while. So I don't know what I'll do with these. I might frog them. I might attach them into hoops. Actually, no, I will. I'm going to attach them into hoops. We'll finish them off and attach them into hoops and put them on my wall. I want a mandala wall up here behind me. So that's what I will do with those. Probably not anytime soon, but it's a relatively quick finish when I get to it. Especially because actually the Swirling Stars one is, that's what it's called. That's done already. It literally just needs attaching to a hoop and it'll be done. The other one's got a bit more work, I think, but I probably could just finish the round that I'm on and stop. So yeah, it's going back in the pile to be finished, but it's a quick finish, which is nice. Another big bag. Oh, this is from our trip to Edinburgh. This bag back in March. Was that this March just gone? Or was it the year before? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, so it's from Ginger Twist Studios up in Edinburgh. I love their logo. It's gorgeous. And the shop is wonderful too. Now, is this the yarn I bought there? And the project that I was making with it? I think it is. It is. So this is Ginger Twist yarn. And the project is the Weaver Hooded Cowl by Helen Diaz Hilton on Ravelry. This is a definite to be finished because I want to wear it. So I won't put it on because my hair's in a stupid state at the moment. And actually the hood section I might need to make a bit bigger. I think my tension wasn't quite as it should be. But can I show you? Look at that. Look at that spider. This is what called me to this cowl. I'm hoping that shows up nicely. That is, I thought when I originally looked at the pattern that was a separate piece that you then sew on. It's not. It is literally part of the pattern. Let's fluff her up a little bit. Shave again. So cool. And this yarn is just delicious to work with. Here we go. I've started on the cowly, shawly part of it. The pattern has lots of different sections. I can't remember which one I was on. Possibly the first one by the looks of it. But yeah, I haven't enjoyed one part of it. Hook that way? The hood might be that way. Either, yes it is. That way, and then the cowl bit goes all the way around the bottom. Anyway, you know what a cowl is. I don't know why I'm trying to explain that to you. But it is lovely, and because there are different sections, you can mix and match. If there's a section you don't like, just don't use it and replace it with one of the other ones instead. And I've got a whole load of different skeins of yarn in here. I'm not even going to go through all the colours with you, but it's all from Ginger Twist Studios. It's all beautiful. I think I've got 2 of each colourway. Yeah, it's 2 of those ones. It might be that one of them I haven't, I can't remember, it doesn't matter. But look how pretty. All sort of, there's 2 grey, and the others are sort of teal and blue. I think that's the same as the one I just showed you, maybe. And I'm sort of doing, my plan anyway is to do a sort of fade, so it's darkest at the top where the hood is, big dark around my face, and then the bottom of it will be much paler. I think I'll use the grey last if I need it. I might not. Depends what I do with the hood. But it's a gorgeous pattern. That's definite to be finished. I've got the pattern on a clipboard and everything. So that's another one to go down there. What's in here? This is a Crochet Society box. I don't know whether it's a Crochet Society project. We shall see. Does it say which box it is? Is it relevant which box it is? That's the other question. Box 36. I don't know how that's from. I'm guessing it was a summer one based on the artwork. It is a Crochet Society project. That's the mini magazine that went with it. And this is another bag. Where's the pattern? It's not that one. There you go. So it's the Fun of the Fair bag by Lucy Cartwright, who is Melly Elly Crochet on Instagram. And I think this is almost done. Yeah, it's got the little bunting triangles on it. It's got a strap and everything, although again I might redo one. And again, I think at the time I was making this to sell. I might either keep it or gift it, see if anybody wants it, or I might put it up for sale, I don't know. But again, I think it wants a couple of bits to finish it off. Did it have, what kind of fastening did it have? I don't think it had one. Tassels on the little triangles. It wants a good block to make sure those triangles stay flat. I mean, yeah, there was no fastening, it was just an open bag. So I think it's pretty. Not my colours at all, but it is pretty. I think it wants a lining, it wants tassels on these triangles, and it wants some kind of closure, maybe just like a little popper button, pop fastening in the middle. And then it's a bit stretchy. Maybe a different strap, maybe not, I don't know. It's fun, it's got a good texture to it. So a few little finishing touches. All the yarn is in here. It's all the, well, it was Bella Coco crochet yarn at the time. Now Crochet Society. It's all the confection DK, which is lovely yarn. I wish they went. I wish they'd sell it outside of the boxes actually, because I really like the yarn. But I don't get the subscription anymore because a lot of the patterns just aren't really to my taste. And I was ending up with a massive stack of them. I never completed the projects on time. But yeah, a few little finishing touches, and then that's either a bag that I can keep for myself, or that I can gift to someone, or that I can sell. So There's another one to finish, but again, hopefully a fairly quick one. It sounds like preparations for tea are being made downstairs, so I might have to come back and finish this later. But we'll see. Oh, this is another nice easy finish. In fact, I might take this downstairs and finish it tonight. This is a jumper that I made ages ago, and I have in fact worn several times. What was the pattern called? I don't know. I will have to look it up for you. But it's a really lovely jumper and it fits really nicely. The only thing that I don't like is that the cuffs on it are too tight and I can't fold them up. So I want to take the cuffs off and do something else. So that's it. You know, this is a finished project that I have worn. I just want to amend it, adjust it. I've still got some of the yarn. It is, here's the label. It's Drops Big Merino. I think the colours are maroon and bluebell off the top of my head. Again, it's lovely and squishy. 100% merino wool. I don't think it's superwash. It just says 100% wool, so yeah, I don't think it's a superwash one. So it takes a little bit of care, but it's a really lovely jumper, and I want to be able to wear it again, but comfortably. So I'm going to put that in a separate pile. It is to be finished this evening, hopefully. It needs to be worked on this evening. And take those cuffs off and start again. Okay. Definitely noises downstairs, productive kind of noises. So I may have to suddenly stop. This is a bag that you will have seen before at some point in the past. It is full of hobby rainbow cotton in many, many colours. Some of which is in the form of crocheted squares. I will not tell you the full story now because it's a bit of a saga, but basically there was a mystery crochet along to make a cardigan, which I was excited about and started in good faith, and I didn't have to buy yarn because I had loads already that would work. And then each section was make a ton of little squares that are all the same pattern, and there were loads of them. So I think I did the first section and I got a decent way into the second section and I was like, I'm not enjoying this, I can't do it anymore. And I just stopped. Actually, I might have finished the second section and then started the third. So these squares were just sat in hibernation for a long time. What's the original pattern, I think? Yes. Ooh, and the hook. It's one of my 2.5mm hooks that I've been looking for ages. That's where it is. In fact, I'm going to take that out. I'll quickly write down which hook it was in a minute. And so I have made some of the squares into a tote bag, which I have used as a project bag since. I think I showed you that when I did it. And that is the my brain froze. System error. Yeah, that's the aim for the rest of the squares. There's tons in here, and I'm keeping the rest of the yarn with them so that I know that I've got plenty for joining them together. Yeah, I'm just going to make a load of bags. As many as I can get out of what's left. Did I start joining? Maybe. Yes, I did. I started joining them together. There we go. Was that attached? That's attached. Yeah, started making a really simple square one. I might make it bigger. Deeper, maybe. Because that's only little. I don't know. I don't know yet. But yes, I will come back to that. I will keep making bags with these squares until they're all gone, just so they do become something useful, without me dying of boredom. And then once I've finished doing that, whatever yarn left, however much yarn I have left, will go back into stash and will eventually become something else. So that's another one to go back in the pile. I'm just going to pause while I write down that hook and I shall be back. Okay. I know it doesn't feel like I'm clearing many out, but I'm happy with this, with the progress I'm making. I'm figuring out what everything is and I'm making plans. This is good. This is another, hopefully, very quick project because it's actually not yet a project. This is a jumper that I bought years ago and is really comfy and I love wearing it. But back in early this year, it was either this time last year or early this year, I got black acrylic paint on it right in the middle. And it's not a black jumper. Yeah, and there's a few other bits. It needs a good de-pilling actually as well. So my plan, I think I've got some bits in my fabric and what's the word? Haberdashery? Bits of ribbon and that. I've got a big stash of bits of ribbon and lace and applique pieces and stuff like that. And I've got a few that might work. So my plan is either to use those and just applique them on over that and make a little pattern. I think I've got some butterflies, actually, which would look pretty. And I might have some little daisies, which would go really well. Or to crochet some and just sew them on. And then it will cover up the acrylic paint, upcycle the jumper a bit, and I can wear it again. So that's not one for this evening, but this is one that I want to do really, really soon. Again, so I can wear this jumper. It's a really good one for this time of year. And all my Christmas jumpers need to go back into hibernation until next December, very, very soon. Just about get away with it through January, I think, but depends on the jumper. So I'm going to put that one with the other one so that I don't forget about it. And I'm going to try and get this done in the next few weeks. Because I want to wear it again. What is this? This is to frog. This is definitely to frog, and then possibly to start again at some point. I'm not even going to get this out of the bag. You can see here, a long time ago, I briefly started making a cardigan out of this yarn. Is it Stylecraft? It is Stylecraft yarn. Yeah, it's got a bit of sparkle in it. It's all colours that I don't really wear. So, yeah, I'm going to frog that and put all the yarn back into stash. Don't even remember what the pattern was. It was probably a free one anyway. Done. I might use that yarn and make another hexie-cardy or similar. Another nice, quick, simple one. Or a jumper, either way. Just again for something, another nice cosy thing to wear at this time of year. But yeah, there's no rush. Right, this is another quick finish, hopefully. A little bit of a saga. So the original pattern for this is this shawl. I hope you can see that okay. It's a lovely, lovely pattern. It is by Sue Stapleton, also known as Auburn Craft Crochet Design. And the pattern is called, I don't know because I haven't got it written down. I think it's called Covered in Dragonflies. I will check. And I have finished that. And then I got all ambitious. I thought, I want to turn this into a top that I can wear, because I don't really wear triangle shawls. I made it because it was pretty, because it is pretty, but I don't really wear triangle shawls. This is another Scapy as well, I think. Yes, it is. It's one that Ned chose for me years ago. That's the whirlet. That's the black whirlet that goes with it. That's a hook, but not one of the ones I'm bothered about, so that can stay in there. Scapy as well in Murderous Mint. And then the whirlet that goes with it is just black, which I used for the edging and then for joining. And I was in the process of making a sleeve, and the concept is good, but it's not really working, and it's causing me no end of stress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that sleeve off. Oh, drop the yarn, apparently. Yeah, take the sleeve off, and just keep that bit of yarn, put it into stash or into my scrappy bit. Undo this bit that I was doing for the joining. Give this a good block, and then see if I know anyone who wants it. And if I don't, I'll put it up for sale, because it is a beautiful shawl. And once it's blocked, it'll be even more beautiful. And it deserves a loving home, basically. It deserves to be loved. Look how pretty. Yeah, I really do love it. I just won't ever wear it. Where's that yarn gone? If I pull that, is it just going to unravel? Yes. Yeah, that's the last of the Murderous Mint, the darkest colour. So I might even, actually, I could undo those top few rows, the finishing rows at the top, and make this bigger. Actually, I've probably got enough to do another repeat, maybe. Maybe. I can try. And if not, maybe just add a few more finishing rows, just make it that little bit bigger. Yeah, so it won't be soon. It won't be soon, but I shall put it back into the to finish pile. I know what I want to do with it. I have a plan. If I could get it done before the summer, that'd be nice. Then it'd be a nice spring, summer, early autumn shawl for someone. Again, see if I know anyone, and if not, then yeah, I'll pop it up for sale. Keep your eyes open. Right, I'm going to do one more, and then I think I need to stop for a bit. Oh, here we go. I'll do two more because this one's dead easy. This is another frog one. This is back in my days of trying to sell things. That's just some white Stylecraft yarn. That's not even exciting. And I've got some brass coloured curtain rings, obviously. Don't even know why I've got them, but I had them from somewhere. Actually, I might have bought them on purpose. I might have bought them on purpose for this kind of thing. And I was making little mini wreaths, but I'd literally just got to this point, and that was it. So I think I'm going to frog all of these, possibly just bin the yarn because it'll be tiny little scrappy bits. I might put it into my scrap pile and use it, we'll see. They're all the same, they're not even different. Oh no, some of them have got a silver edge instead of a gold edge. Otherwise, they are all the same. I've done quite a few. Oh, there we go. That one I've done a bit extra too. That one's got a sparkly red bit, and then an extra round that needs a good block before it actually does anything. So, yeah, that's a quick frog, and then pop the rings up on eBay or something, because I don't need them. Or either put them up on eBay or find an actual reason to keep them, not just put them back in the stash of random tat. Oh, here we go. One more really quick one. This isn't even a project. This is a pair of flip-flops that I bought. Cheap flip-flops. They were... Does it even say on them? They're from Primark. They were £2 whole from Primark. I bought these last... Oh, it says there, look. Bought these last summer to make myself a pair of crocheted sandals. And then never actually did anything with them. Story of my life. So I will... I'm going to put them back in my project pile. I'm going to actually plan what to do with them. Work it out properly. They look huge. Don't know if they're even like the right size for me. What size are they? It says they're a medium. But yeah, I don't wear flip-flops. I can't do the whole toe post thing. I hate it. It doesn't feel nice. So yes, I shall work out a way to turn these into wearable shoes for the summer, especially because the sandals I actually wear are falling apart. May not last another summer, and I can't really afford to buy new ones. So if I can make these into something wearable, that'll be good. So they're going back down there. Right, I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to have some tea, and I will come back and finish this later. Okay, it is about an hour and a half later, and I'm back. I have been fed, and I've found another work in progress that was lurking downstairs, and I'd forgotten about. This gorgeous bag is from Sewing Bee by Dee. I've got a few from her now, but I saw this one a while ago when she was running a sale, and I just had to have it, so now I do. And in here is the Christmas project that I started and technically have sort of finished, in that I've finished the bit of crochet that was planned. But it's not a completely finished project because I don't really know what to do with it now. This was intended to be a wall hanging. Oh, who's the designer? Where's my little notebook gone? Where has my little notebook gone? There it is. There it is. Oh, I haven't written down who it's by. Anyway, I'll find out when I put it up. Yeah, it's called Country Church. And it's a lovely little pattern. I hadn't really looked at it before I started, and I thought it would be bigger. It was intended to be a wall hanging. So, yeah, it's not really big enough. I could put it in a frame, maybe. It'd make a nice little framed crochet picture, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether to do that, whether to frame it, or whether to add to it. Whether... No, I don't want to frog it. I definitely don't want to frog it. Although I did do the colours the wrong way around. There is no wrong way around, but I had meant to do them the other way around. So that the background would be dark and the detail would be light. Just started with the wrong colour and then couldn't be bothered to start again. So it is what it is. I could extend it and add some different star bits above it. I'm not especially keen on these bits, which I think they're supposed to be sort of big stars in the sky. So I could frog back and then just sort of to here, and then redo these as well, not redo them, redo those rows, but with a different with a different design. Make up my own little star design, or find a mosaic star design that would work. I don't know. I need to give this some thought. Let me know if you have any ideas. What would you do with it? Do you frame it as it is? Would you add to it? Would you do something else entirely? I don't even know. Could maybe... Oh, I could maybe leave it as it is and do a back panel, another panel the same to match, either exactly the same or reverse the colours, and turn it into a little zipped pouch. That's the thought I've literally just had. Maybe. I'd need to sort out all the ends, whatever I do with it. It was going to be a wall hanging and then with like tasselled edges, so I wouldn't have to sort the ends out. But it's definitely not big enough for that. For me, anyway. I don't know. What do you think? So I don't. That's an I don't know. Which means it's going to have to go back in that WIP pile. And I'm going to have to make a decision, but I don't know. I'll have to come back to it at some point. We shall see. But yeah, let me know what you would do. If you have any other ideas, especially. Because I'm not 100% happy with any of those. What was in here? A random organza bag with random tiny bits of crochet in it. Oh, I think these were going to be, yeah, some like face scrubbies, you know, like makeup removal pads. I was gonna put a bit of interfacing or just a bit of cotton or something in between. Sew a couple together to make, but I might still do that actually. That wouldn't take a lot of work. That's a quick finish. I just need to actually do it. Yeah, I need something to go in between because I do find I've got some little cleansing pads like this that are just crochet. There's my husband sneezing. I don't know if you heard that. It's all the way downstairs. It's really loud. Yeah, I've got some that I just crochet, but because I use I have a very, very simple skincare routine, and I use cleanser that you literally pour some onto the pad and just wipe your face and done. Because otherwise I don't cleanse, and then that's if it's too much of a faff, I just don't do it at all. But yeah, the ones that are just crochet, the cleanser just goes right through them. So I want to add something to these. This is just using scrap cotton. I don't even know for certain what it is. It's probably the rainbow cotton from Hobby, because that's what I've got the most of, and it feels like it, but it might not be. It might be something else entirely. And I was clearly just using up whatever colour I had and trying out different patterns. That one's different, look. Slightly different to the rest of them. I prefer these ones, but that one's nice too. So yeah, either back each one with a bit of fabric, or literally tack a bit of interfacing to the inside, no, to the one side of one, and then sew two together. And yeah, hopefully they'll work quite nicely. So yeah, I'm going to finish those. I'm going to finish those. Random bits of yarn left in that bag as well. I need to do that soon, really. But it's a quick finish. That it shouldn't take long at all. That's maybe a couple of evenings at most. I can do that. It'll sit back in the pile for ages, I'm sure. I think when I put them back in the cubby holes, I'm going to try and organise them. So I've got one that is quick, grab them, finish them projects, and one that is big things that I'm still working on, if that makes sense. Just to divide things up a bit. Oh, I think this is my parasol. This is a bag from, oh, what's her name? This Lizzy Sews. I completely forgot it's probably on here actually. I can't immediately see it, but there probably is a label. Yeah, this is one of the lovely, lovely bags by this Lizzy Sews that have got a solid top. So you open it up like that. There's a wire frame around the top, so you can't see it. But when you sit it down, it stays open, which is lovely. And yeah, this is the parasol that I'm working on. The pattern, I think, is called, doing this from memory, but it's something like Lotus and Blossom by the guy with the hook. Oh, camera's freezing, we don't want that. This is it so far. There's quite a bit to do still, but it's looking pretty. This is another Scapia's cake. This one is written on here somewhere. Raspberry Rocky Road. Scapia's Whirl. So this is a definite continuing one. To continue. My words are not working. It's a really lovely pattern. It's very repetitive, that's the only thing. And I'm now at a point where it's really repetitive because I'm so far around it. That's the start of the round, I think. Maybe? Yes, it must be. That's where I'm up to. But it is very pretty. It's showing off the yarn really nicely, and it's going to make a beautiful parasol when I've finished it. Which I want to be able to use in the summer when it's really bright and sunny again. So I will definitely get back to that. It's another to be finished. I think I just got a bit bored of it because it is repetitive. So actually, having said I do really like it. It's really pretty. But because it's so repetitive, it might not be the right pattern for me. I might have to frog it and choose a different mandala pattern. Do something else. Either way, this will be revisited one way or another. So that can go back in the to finish pile, which is a big pile. Very big pile. I'm nearly done. So, well, this is another one of the bags from Sewing Bee by D. So when I was looking for Christmas project bags, and I couldn't find any that I liked, and then I had a sudden flash of inspiration and thought, I know who makes nice bags. I might have a few Christmas ones for sale. Look at that print. It's beautiful. What's in here? That's the question. There's lots of yarn. Oh, is this the... Don't seem to have a notebook in here. I know what I was making. I don't have a notebook. I never actually wrote it down, and I don't have the thing to show you. I was making a new Christmas stocking for Ned, which I need to finish for next year. It got to a point where it was usable. It went under his tree in his bedroom. But it is most definitely not finished. It needs to be finished. So I need to keep all that together. I need to find a notebook to put in it. And then I need to get that finished so that you can go in the Christmas Eve box, so that next year when we get to Christmas Eve, I won't have a panic and start making a stocking at 10 o'clock in the morning. I will just be able to go, ta-da, here's one I made last year. Yeah. I think I probably would have finished it if not for the fact that I started making it. I was using a pattern. Started off using a pattern, and then I've ended up winging it because I know roughly what I'm doing. But I got to the end of the increases in the pattern, thought, that's not going to be big. That's not going to be big enough. So I added a couple of increase rounds, and now it is huge. It would have been fine Obviously that slowed me down, so never mind. Right, I think this is the last one. This is my lovely, lovely bag that my brother-in-law and his family bought me last Christmas, I think. Yeah, it might have been the one before, even. I have no idea where it's from, but it's gorgeous and it's huge. And it's got so many zippy pockets. And I don't know what's in here. It used to have the Flower Power blanket in. Oh, I think I do know what's in here, having looked in that pocket. I think this is my scrappy moss stitch blanket. Yes, it is. See if I can get it out. It only just fits, really, because there's all the yarn as well. This is using up all of my Crochet Society Confection DK yarn that I have amassed over the years. And all I've been doing is making squares, that's obviously not a full one, of corner to corner moss stitch. Just using up the skeins, and then when I run out, adding the next one, and then when I run out, adding the next one, and so on. Making them all the same size, although it didn't start off that way. So there are some that are not quite the same because they've got extra border rounds added. And then I've just joined them all together, and I'm going to keep going until either I decide that it's big enough or I run out of yarn. Whichever happens first. Probably the latter. Which way round is it? This way. This is the front. Not that it really matters. Really, really lovely join. I'm really happy with it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a gorgeous joining technique. Really, really pretty and really easy, which is even better. If I can remember what it is, I think I got it from a YouTube tutorial. If I find it, I'll link it for you. But yeah, it's a complete riot of colour. And I love it. It's going to be another lovely chuck it on the sofa kind of blanket. Either that or I'll donate it. I might donate it to charity, this one, because we have got a lot of blankets now. And because I know that this one is not just all acrylic, but it's all the same kind of acrylic, the same brand, the same weight, all of that, I know it'll be easy for people to wash. So I just thought of one more. But yeah, this is a definite will continue. This can go into the rotation of blankets to be worked on slowly and steadily. It's a nice, easy Sunday evening watching TV kind of project. I know exactly what I'm doing. All I have to do in terms of kind of keeping track of things is make sure I count the number of rows in each square. And in fact, it's only the increase rounds that I need to count, because once you start decreasing, you decrease every row, and then obviously you get back to a point where you can't decrease anymore because you're at the end. So that's nice and easy. Right, I've just thought of one more that I need to, well, I don't need to, but I'm going to show you. So I shall be back in a moment. Okay, this is another scrappy blanket, which I usually work on when I'm editing videos, actually, so I'll probably do a bit when I come to edit this one. But it is also, it's a blanket that can just be worked on, so if I run out of other blankets at any point, this can go into the rotation of things to work on here in the blanket slot of projects on the go in this coming year. For this one, I'm using all my scraps of fingering weight wool specifically, most of which is stock yarn, so it's got nylon content in it, but there's the odd bit that doesn't, and that's fine. Literally just all the little scraps. I'm making long strips. I think each one is 300 rows, but only 20 stitches wide. So long, thin strips. It's just half double crochet. There's nothing fancy going on at all. It's 20 half double crochet in each row. Keep going and going and going until I reach 300. I'll show you, I've got a completed row here, and again I'm just kind of basically picking out yarn from random from all the little scraps I've got left and just adding them on. Sometimes there's only a little bit, sometimes there's loads. Sometimes I discover that I've used up what I thought was all I had of one yarn, and then I'll find another bit that's the same. So some strips have got repeating colours in them, and then I'm joining them together, and eventually I'll have a blanket that's huge and very, very cosy, which is always a good thing. I think in here, which is just, oh, this is a little bag I picked up at the Woolhound in Oxford. I think in here I've got some plain black fingering weight merino wool. It's the Yarn Smith's merino, I think. And here are the first 2 strips that I made. Here's 2, which have been joined together. Although, which end is it? That must be the bottom. It has turned out that one of them is not as long as the other, and I don't know which is which. I don't know whether that one's 300 or that one's 300. It's quite a big gap. So when I add on the next one, I'll find out. And I'll either, well, I'm hoping that that one's 300 and I can just do a little filler bit here to fill that gap in. If it's the case that this is the 300 row strip, then I'm going to have to check how many rows this is and increase the size of the others. And I can still do just a little filler panel here, but I'll have a bit more work to do on the other 2 strips as well. But yeah, no, there we go, that is the front. So I'm edging each strip in black, but then joining them with a colour, again, just for that little bit of extra interest and to make it easier to see what I'm doing. But you can see, like here, there was a sort of, what's that, 4 tiny little scrappy bits, bigger bit, smaller bit, and a smaller bit, and then that's a big bit of yarn I had, which you can see I've got quite a lot of that yarn in this blanket actually. I made a pair of socks with it and then ended up pretty much entirely frogging them. There's some more of it there, and that, and I think there's some in both those other strips that I showed you as well. But it's really lovely because some of these I recognise, more there, and I know exactly what they are. I know that's the Vicky Brown Designs yarn, and then others I don't at all. I don't remember them. But it's just going to be, again, another riot of colour, completely unplanned, chaoticness. Wonderful, squidgy comfort. And it's going to be a very long time before it's finished, possibly years. But at some point it'll get to a stage where even if it isn't finished, it'll still be usable, which I quite like. Like my Magical Worlds blanket actually, because it's nearly done. I'm not just using it as a blanket all the time, but when I'm working on it, I'm sat underneath it, and which is lovely this time of year. So yeah, makes for a nice bit of don't know where that sentence was going, but basically it's nice to be able to use things even before they're finished, I think is what I was trying to say. Right, I think that's everything. I haven't counted how many I've taken out of hibernation or how many I've put back in. While I'm editing, I'll try and count those up, and I'll just pop it on the screen here. How many? How many are still to be finished? How many are being frogged? There are quite a few. There's a nice little pile on my desk of things to frog. It's good. It's a good feeling. Reduce the numbers a bit. And I also need to update my online spinny wheel thing with all of the ones that I am keeping to finish, so that when I've got a gap in my projects, I feel like I've got the time and the headspace to add another project into rotation. I can just spin the wheel and pick one at random. Yeah, because I find if I make myself choose one, I dither. And then sometimes end up picking out 2 or 3. It's like, no, that's not helpful. I need to just have one that I'm going to work on. And it doesn't have to be that I'll work on it until I finish. It could just be I'm going to work on this for the next week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. And then it can go back into hibernation, but at least some progress has been made. Right, I've got a bit rambly and my eyes are really like tired and watery all of a sudden. So I'm done. I've shown you everything. Obviously this is just crochet. There's all my spinning to do. There's all my making of notions to do throughout the year as well. I'm going to start making project bags like I've mentioned. So I've got plenty of stuff to be getting on with. I had a couple of other little ideas the other day as well, which I need to think about properly and explore options for. But yes, this video is done. I have shown you all, apart from those few I mentioned at the beginning, all of my crochet works in progress. I've made decisions about them all, which feels really good. And yeah, it's a good start to the year. So let me know in the comments how many works in progress you've got. No judgment here. None. You've seen how many I've got. It'll be interesting to know whether you have more than me. See if anyone can beat my total. If you even know, you might just have a pile in the corner like I did before I started this. But let me know how many you've got if you know the number. Whether or not you review them, do this kind of thing, whether it's once a year or every few months or however you do it, if you do it. And yeah, let me know what you're working on at the moment, what you're starting the year with, and whether you've got any specific plans. Just, yeah, it'll be nice to chat about. I love talking about these things, always. So, right, I'm going to go. It is now nearly 7 o'clock, so that's what? Maths, 5 hours until the new year? She says very doubtfully. Maths is not working. So I'm going to tidy up and then go downstairs and have some hot chocolate and watch some films, see whether Ned makes it to midnight. He has done the last 2 years and he's 9 now, so he probably will. But he'll probably be a terror tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be up anyway, because I always am. Right, I'm probably rambling, so I'm done, I'm finished. Happy New Year, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.